Craig, how we doing, mate?
Absolutely buzzing, mate. Smashing.
Good. Yeah, we are recording this a day late, personal reasons, but still, we are also joined by Matt Leeds. How are we doing, mate?
I'm doing good. Good win, nice result, and 3 points on the board. Closer to away from the relegation zone.
Almost. I know that West Ham obviously scored in the last minute as well, but last minute winner cancels out for the week before a last minute loss against Newcastle. Craig, what are your thoughts on the game?
Also cancelled. Well, I kind of cancelled that. Makes up for, makes up for the reverse fixture, doesn't it? When we lost in the last minute to unfortunate circumstances. But yeah, I thought we deserved this one. We absolutely deserved this one.
Yeah, completely agree with you. I mean, even if you just look based on stats, 5 big chances in that game. Matt, what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I thought probably we deserved the win. Like, we're the team that kind of went for it as well with the subs and stuff. Like, we actually went for it more than them. They tried to get the point, in my opinion. It felt similar to the game at Craven Cottage. It just kind of felt like we both the way we play kind of like cancelled each other out. It kind of felt like that again. Like, it just felt like no one was going to score. And again, it like the last game, it ended 1-0 where we thought it was going to be 0-0. And again, it ends 1-0 where we thought it was going to be 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, even looking at the subs, especially their subs near the end, they went more defensive kind of thing. They were like looking for the draw. Whereas, yeah, I guess we have done that before, but you're Fulham, you're 6 games unbeaten. It's not an easy game. But like you said, we deserve that win. Craig, anything that stood out to you in the game in particular, like any moment that, let's just talk about that red card. Should it have been a red card or not?
No, I wouldn't say a yellow card. Were you just trying to lead me down an alley then to just because that's the biggest, I think, the controversy of that game, wasn't it? That was it or was it not a red card? And I mean, the first thing I said as soon as he brought him down was that's a red. It's got to be a red card. Because in my mind, the first thing that comes to when I see a challenge like that is Liam Cooper versus Man City, where he won the ball. It wasn't a dangerous tackle, and he still got overturned and got sent off. And I think, well, if that's a red card, this is definitely a red card. Because I know I've seen people comment when people post a video saying, should it be or should it not, that it's a yellow card. The law and the rules state it's a yellow card. Now, if you go to the FA website and look at the law on red cards, serious foul play is bringing a player down from the front, from behind, from the side, which is deemed, dangerous, which it is dangerous. The ball is miles away, is not a cat and else chance of getting the ball, and he just took the player's legs. Now, if you think it's not dangerous, players have got injured from that, like serious injuries. So it can be deemed as a serious challenge. So therefore, in my eyes, a red card.
Yeah, that's fair. Matt, did you think it was a red card or should it be just what it was?
I thought it should have been a yellow just because, like, you see those tackles all the time. I know it's a bit like he's running away, so you could kind of say, Goodmanson was sprinting through. He probably would have been like one-on-one with the keeper. I mean, he shots before. You probably say he's skied into Rosette again, but I thought it was a yellow, but you could argue like it is one of those where he's come in, like he hasn't like just pulled his arm or grabbed his shirt. He's just slid in. He could have done it like just tapped his leg. I don't know why he's come flying through, but yeah, I think it's a yellow, but you could argue a red card. It's kind of like in between. It's like an orange. But yeah,
I was literally just thinking that it's one of those. It's a tactical foul. I mean, but then it's literally straight in the second half. And it's like, come on now, you're trying to push your luck here, which you kind of got. It's one of those things. I think had the referee given him a red card on the pitch, VAR wouldn't have overturned it. So I think VAR just kind of went with the on-field decision of whatever it was. That would have been it. But let us know in the chat if it should have been a yellow or a red card. But yeah, like even looking at ignoring that, because we all know how much we talk about the referees and they are pretty poor this year. Just by looking at stats, I mean, 14 shots to their 8. We had 5 on target to their 1. Were either of you worried at all that we were going to lose that game, or that it was like that? oh great, here we go, 0-0, 90th minute, we're going to concede. Matt, I'll go to you first on that one.
Yes, yeah, it's always a thing with Leeds. You always think, like a team could have no shots all game, and then it hits the 90th minute, one counter attack, and then we concede. But nah, like you could, but
yeah, I mean,
as us.
I think me watching it, I was a bit like, I just had an inkling that we were going to win this. Like I said, personal reasons why we didn't do it last night. I was like in the car waiting to go in for my daughter's awards night, and I'm like, we're going to score here. I just had this feeling that we were scoring it. And as soon as they left the car, that's it. I'm celebrating because we've just scored. Craig, I know obviously we've had the discussion, the Bournemouth game, when I told you that I didn't think we were going to concede, and we did. Did you ever think that we were going to lose that game at all?
Well, I'd be lying if I said no, because there's the chances that we had, like Aronson had a great chance to put us 1-0 up, and there were not just him, there were other chances where there were good chances to score, and the more we missed them, I was thinking this is going to be like the Craven Cottage game where we're gonna just the closer it gets to 90 minutes, it's always in the back of the mind, because Leeds over the history, like especially games that I remember watching, they have a knack of these games where they dominate, and then it gets to the 90th minute and we lose. I think one of the biggest ones that stands out in my mind is that Swansea game from a few seasons ago. So it's kind of like that. But then they brought on Tom Kearney and they brought on Kevin, and I'm like, Kearney's another problem for us. It comes back to bite, like Harvey Barnes. He comes back to bite us every time, and I just thought, this is it. But then it just changed, and it's something just happened in that moment, and we got that goal, and I thought if we went 1-0 up in this game, that's it. Like we've got this. But until we got that goal, I didn't feel that comfortable.
But I just love it that they waited until they had finished the announcement of the 4 minutes added on and then scored.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I'm going to have my say on that, and it's going to lead us into player ratings. My issue, right, obviously with the goalkeeping issue at the moment, everyone's moaning at Parry, don't think he's good enough and all of that. Fine, I respect everyone's opinion. It's football. For me, Darlow was very iffy yesterday. And if it was Perry in goal or Melier, people would be moaning and biting at him. He tried to, well, no, he not tried. He did chip their attacker. Luckily, it went to our player. But if that's Perry, everyone's moaning because why is he trying it? And then he comes out and heads the ball straight to their player. And if that's on target, they score. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, I understand you've got to try and come out and clear it, but it's just, if that's one of the other two keepers, everyone's mentioning it, everyone's on their backs. Matt, what's your thoughts on that?
I thought, yeah, it's one of those, especially that header. I was like, oh god, they got to score, because I think it dropped to Smith Rowe. I think it was Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those moments where you're like, oh, we've done it. We've done it again. We made that mistake again. Oh, and it being the goalkeeper, you just kind of like, oh no. And then people kind of like, especially on Twitter, people just forget about it because it didn't end up being a goal. But if it did, you wouldn't hear the end of it. But yeah, Darlow didn't have anything to do. So it's not like you can't even say he was amazing. Like, he didn't have really much to do in the game. I think he had like one shot at him, but it went like straight at him.
Yeah. Craig, what about you? Was you, because I know obviously your thoughts on Parry, obviously we know what Parry's like. We've had your say many times on Parry and Darlow. Was you?
See, I saw it different, because I didn't I felt calmer. I didn't have a worry. You know, like when he did that little lob over the player's head, it felt like it were all it were meant to happen. Like he knew what it were doing, and it pulled it off. Yeah, if he makes a mistake, it looks bad. But I always think on the other foot is, if Perry were trying that, I'd be more worried than what Darlow, because Darlow looked calm doing it. The header were a bit iffy because, like, yeah, it's any keeper that comes out to do that, it's horrible. But Alisson did something similar, didn't he? For Liverpool against us. But yeah, if you get punished from that mistake, it looks a bit odd. But he had no choice but to edit because he were out of his area. And then there were another part though where I think one of their attackers, I can't remember who it was, were chasing down the ball, and then he like feigned booting it, and then just turned him, and then brought it away, and kicked it upfield. So I felt a lot calmer because his overall game, it just felt a lot less erratic than what Perry does. So just like claiming the simple things like claiming the ball and just passing it out to the defenders, it seemed a bit less erratic. So yeah, I saw it different. I thought like it will, it were all right. I didn't feel worried with him. Put it that way.
No, I get that. You can see it from both sides. I just think that, especially when it comes to Leeds and goalkeepers, it's always that, when are we going to get a solid keeper that no one's worried about? Yes, I know that keepers make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. But it's that whole thing of he's come in to replace Perry, who obviously Farker's come out and said his stuff about, and that's fine. So it is a tough one. But what would you rate him out of 10, Matt?
I'll give him a 5.5. I think he was. I mean, 5 is probably average. So you say just above average. He didn't really have much to do, So can't really say anything. His distribution wasn't great. I mean, the first thing he did was boot it straight out. That was his first kick, and you're just like, "Oh God, it's gonna be one of them." But no, I thought he was okay, but yeah, not much to do.
I mean, if you look at pass success rate, it's a lot worse than what Perry's would be, and 19 successful passes out of 44. And yes, I know obviously when you're passing it, doing long kicks and stuff like that, you do have to be taken into consideration. I do understand that, but yes, I don't think his distribution's much better than Perry's, and I know that's what a lot of fans have said. Craig, what would you rate him out of 10?
It leaves his foot less than 100 mile an hour, put it that way, just for a short pass. So, I mean, my base rating is 6 in it, so I'd probably be similar to what Matt is, but mine, because my base rating is 6, I'd probably go like 6.5.
And there's me, it was going to go 7. Just because obviously it's a
and you're the one complaining about it.
I know, that's right. Because it paid off and it didn't obviously. Yeah. No, I just think it's a clean sheet, like you said.
He didn't have nothing to do, did he, really?
No, so obviously he was switched on, obviously he had the save. So I think in games like this, you've got to have the comments about you.
I'll tell you what, I will agree and go up to a 7 because like to back up what I said about the that little chip over that play, it was calm. It felt calm. Yeah. It didn't feel like you were making rash decisions. So yeah, I'll give him a 7 just for that.
Yeah, no, like Matt, we are very generous on this, so come up a little bit with us. Right, let's go.
Yeah. Very generous or very harsh.
Yeah, there's no in between on this. Right, let's just go straight to Strout first of all. We'll get that side out of the way. Normally we go to the other side. Craig, what's your thoughts on Strout from yesterday's game?
I'm trying to think back now because we've done this a day later. I'm trying to think back that he didn't really put a foot wrong, did he? From what I remember.
No.
So I'll give him a 7.5.
Yeah, Matt, what about you, mate?
He didn't put a foot. The only thing he did wrong was he followed his man out and he kind of got beaten. They almost got him behind and Rodon stopped that. But no, I thought he was good. I thought he did his job. 6.5. 6.5.
I mean, that's just a Pascal trait. That's just what he does.
Yeah, he just runs out.
Down, so it's not 6.5. Like I said, he didn't really have a lot to do, but when he did, he done it fine. Rodon next. I'll go to you first, Matt, because you've already touched upon him. So let's see your thoughts on Rodon from yesterday.
I thought he was, again, good. Like all the centre backs in most games, like recently, especially since we've gone to the back three, they've always been just good. They win like most of their headers. They're good defensively. Rodon, I thought he was a good performance. I'll give him a 7. Was just a bit better than Strauch, but yeah.
Yeah, Craig.
I give him an 8. I thought Rodon fantastic yesterday.
Explain why the whole mark high, because I'm going for a 7 as well.
I said 7.5 for Strike, so it's not that much higher.
No, yeah, that's fine.
But Rodon was that much better. It was like, say it's his first game properly back as well. Like, where he's, not broke down halfway through it because all the running around. Like, it was fantastic. I thought it controlled that defensive part, the link between defense and midfield.
No, that's fine. I'm gonna go 7 for him. What about James Justin next, Craig?
I thought he was brilliant. I've seen people slate this as well, that and I've seen him marked down like really low for some reason. I don't know whether that's just algorithms and statistics, but I really enjoyed him and Bogle on that right hand side, the partnership that they were building up. And like I said during the game, it's like, who knew that we've got a better centre back in James Justin than Bornau? But yeah, it's I thought he was really, really good defensively. Yeah, he did make a couple of there were a couple of rash challenges, like last minute things that he could have got wrong. But I think defensively, and he's not, like I've said, he's not as good attacking wise as Bogle, but I think he's a really good defender, and he does link up well with him. So I think 7.5 for me.
No, I thought it was amazing. Most tackles for us on the pitch. Matt, what did you think about him?
I liked him. I liked that connection down that side. I liked them both. I think James Justin, I thought he was very good. Defensively, I think he's a very good defensive player. Going forward, not as great, but he's still, decent. He can still cause trouble. I think he was good. I'll give him a 7.
I'm gonna go 8. Most tackles for us, I thought he was good in the air. Like I said, the link up play with him and Bogle. Yes, he's not as good going forward as Bogle, but he makes up for it defensively. And what Leicester fans were on about at the start of the season by saying, get rid of him, he's not good enough, he's one of their worst players, and all of that, I think that's a load of baloney, because I think he is actually been fantastic. He's a backup choice to have, and he's proven it that obviously when you replace Bogle when he was off injured, now at centre back. For a backup, yes, I know that we probably overpaid for him at the time because we all thought that, but he's definitely becoming brilliant. Yeah.
In today's money, 10 million is a snip for a player that good.
Yeah. But I just think at the time we were a bit like, why are we paying 10 million for another fullback when we need a striker, for example, when we needed a new centre back at the time? So we're crying out for all these other positions.
I thought it was 10 million for a player that you're essentially buying 2 players, aren't you? You've got one that can cover left and right. So for 10 million, you've got 2 players.
Yeah, that's fine. What did you rate him again?
Me?
Yeah.
7.5.
7.5. Let's go Bogle next. Matt, I'll let you go first for Bogle.
I thought he was good. I always like Bogle going forward. I always think he's a threat going forward. Also, he tracking back defensively. He's solid, fine. I thought performance-wise he was good. I'll probably give him. I think he was just a bit better than James Justin. I'd say I'll give him a 7.5.
That's fine. Craig, what about you, mate?
See, I'm gonna go same 7.5. I thought Bogle. It's nice to see him back, and I love those. How he gets stuck in and wins the ball back high up and starts dribbling with it, and the passes that he does, like breaking the lines. But I thought maybe he's a little bit rustier than because he's just come back, but 7.5 is still fantastic. It were amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. 7.5 as well. Goodmanson next, Craig. What did you think of him?
I want to give him an 8 just because he's an engine. He is an engine. I mean, when we talked about that red card, he flew past Harry Wilson at that point in the game as well, and Harry Wilson was just nowhere near catching. That's why he legged him up. But if he'd have not legged him up, I wish I could have seen how far he'd have got, because it's like when he's in full flow, he seems to have like a weird start. Like it's like seems slow, but then once he's in top speed, nobody can catch him. He just flies past people, and I love him for it. And yeah, he's becoming, I want to say a fan favourite, but I don't know if everybody else feels the same way. But he is becoming probably one of the best left backs we've had for a while.
I mean, you know my thoughts on him. I've said he's the best left back outside the top 10. I'm still going to stick to that. Defensively as well, like the fact that they had, I mean, was it played a ball to Harry Wilson, I think it was, and he just took the ball off him like he wasn't even there and just put us on the counter. Yeah. Matt, what did you think of, or what do you think of Goodmanson and thought about him from yesterday as well?
I really like Goodmanson. I think he's a really good player. I had my complaints early on in the season. He would make like stupid mistakes, and he'll have those moments where he'll just make that mistake that they just concede. There was a couple of times that it happened, and he's just throughout the season he's got better, and he's kind of stopped that, which is good. And I thought in this game he was brilliant. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal. One of the better players on the pitch, you would say. I'll give him an 8.
Apart from his shooting, he needs to improve his shooting.
Yeah, that bit needs to improve. Or his crossing, whatever he's gone for.
He could have scored an amazing goal, and he was frustrated. You could see how frustrated when he was punching the ground. But yeah, that could have been an amazing goal.
What would you rate him then?
I'll give him an 8, didn't I?
Yeah, I think he did. 8. Yeah. I'm going for 8 as well. Right, Gruev next, which seems to be the most disrespected player on the team at the moment. I mean, Craig, let's hear your thoughts first before I let Matt have his say.
Well, again, I've seen statistics saying statistically, he's probably one of the worst players on the pitch. But I didn't see that. Watching it with the eye test, I didn't think he was the worst player on the pitch. I thought there were another player that were worse than him. But Gruev does what Gruev does. This is what I said. My exact words to you. It's like he doesn't outshine Ampadu or Stack when Stack's playing. He doesn't outshine them. But he doesn't stand out in a bad way either. He just does his job and goes about it quietly. He doesn't bring the attention to himself in any way, like positive or negative. But I think he's just straight down the middle, Gruev. He gives you what you get, and I think a steady 7 for me is probably a good bet.
Matt, what about you, mate?
I've said this since we've signed him. I've said he's the most underrated player at the club. I think every season I keep saying it because he just doesn't get the respect. He only passes sideways and backwards is completely wrong because he can put in a great ball. I mean, the Newcastle game, he played in Aronson beautifully. He can play a good ball through the middle. I thought in this game he was great. I thought, he gets the ball very well. What I like about him is how he can read a pass and stop it from getting to someone. Like if they try and play a pass, he normally steps in front of it. He's very good at that. He's not going to, as you said, he's not going to be the best player on the pitch. He's not going to be a flashy player who's going to run forward and beat a couple of players, but he's going to get the ball and pass it quickly, like to the side, and just basically do what a defensive midfielder is supposed to do. Like that's his job. So yeah, I think it was a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this for weeks now, even far back as the Stoke game, I'll say it every single episode. He is so underrated. Yes, he may only do sideways passes, but if you actually look at other games, like the ball he played through on the FA Cup was a forward ball. You just said.
He did it in this game, though. He played forward passes that were pretty good, like zipping forward passes as well, like into feet. And it's, yeah.
Even his free kicks, like, yeah, they may not end up in assists or something, but he puts the ball in the box and he gets them on the head. And that's a forward pass. He actually does create a lot more than what people give him credit for. I think, like you said, Gruev is always that 7 player, like minimum. He will get a 7 each game because he just does the dirty work. He will clean up the ball. And I said that when we signed him, that's what he's there for. He's there to pick up the dirty work. He's there to do the simple things. He won't be doing these 40-yard screamers. He won't be doing your balls from our penalty area to theirs. He's not that type of player. He's the type that will break up a play and push us forward. He's the one that is there. And yeah.
For me, is that this is what I don't think he gets the plaudits that like Ampadu gets or Stack. Is he gets the ball, he'll win the ball, and he'll look for a pass straight away. He'll look for a pass. He knows his limits, and he don't try to take players on. He don't stand on the ball like Ampadu does and look to where to put it. He just gets the ball, looks, passes it, and lets someone else do the next part. And that's all he does. He's just not a flashy midfielder, and it's fine.
But even when you say that, he looks up, he still dribbles the ball as well.
Yeah, so but I mean, he don't drive forward like Stack does, or he don't, or like Ampadu will.
But then look at Stack, how many times he's lost the ball by doing that, and then Gruev's the one that picks it up afterwards. So, yeah. Right. We've all agreed to 7. So let's go on to Ampadu next, who, what an assist. I'm just going to put it out there. Matt, I'll go to you first for Ampadu.
Oh, he was great. He was brilliant. Defensively, I like him. And with Gruev there also, that allows Ampadu to be more, he can go further forward because Gruev can play that defensive role. So he can go further forward sometimes, which is good. I thought Ampadu was brilliant. For me, he was my man of the match. He was brilliant on that. Like, just defensively, he's brilliant. The cross was great. I'll give him a 9.5.
I like that. Craig, do you want to go first before I roll off my stats?
Well, it's pushed me now because to be fair, like it's pushed me because it was my man of the match, and I thought it was fantastic. He's having a great season. Like, he's probably one of his best seasons ever. And overall, like Matt said, defensively, attacking, he's just and the assist. But without Ampadu, we lose a lot without Ampadu in that team. You can see it. You can see it in just the way that we play. And for me, I'm going to give him a 9, but I think I'm going to give him a 9.5. I can't give him lower than what Matt's giving him, and exactly he's my man of the match as well.
I mean, like you just said there, Gruev being there allows another player to go forward, and that's what Ampadu normally does. But he created 4 chances yesterday, which is his most or his joint most he's ever done in a game. 67 touches, 12 passes into the final third, 2 crosses, 6 long balls out of 8, a tackle, an interception, a headed clearance, 4 recoveries. So, again, having someone that's defensive-minded next to him allows him to push forward when needs be. He was the one that was trying to win that ball. Obviously, then Tanaka played the ball, but he's the one that's running onto it. Had that awareness to it. Yeah, 9.5 as well.
We had this discussion 2 seasons ago, when we had Ampadu and what's his name? Kamara. And people are saying Ampadu can't play a forward pass. We were having that conversation 2 seasons ago. And look at him now.
Yeah, no, completely agree. Man of the match, absolutely superb. Right, Aronson next, Craig. I'm going to let you have your say because we know how much you love him.
Well, like I say, he's been on great form and, he's carrying it on. He's just, I think the improved form of every player around him on the pitch is improving Aronson, and I think it's helping him. And it's pushing him to do better. But yeah, like I said, I'll criticize him when he, when it's right to do so. But when, on the other hand, when it's right to praise him, you've got to praise him, because if you're going to criticize someone, you've got to praise him as well, and that's what I always say. So it's for me, another 8.5 performance. He was good again. Should have scored. That's probably the only thing I'd knock him down for.
Oh my god, I don't even know what he's trying to do. Place it into the top corner, straight, just put his foot through it. I think he was just sitting cross between 2 minds on that. So
you think the form that he's been in lately, he'd have at least got that on target. But yeah,
my hand was in my head. I thought that was in. But Matt, what did you make of him yesterday?
Thought he was brilliant. I thought, after the miss, I'm like, oh, is it going to kind of ruin his confidence and stuff? But about a minute later, he had 4 players around him. He just megged one and went right past them. And I'm like, oh, no, okay, he's good. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. There was a moment where he was on the floor in the box and they started the counter attack. They got to the halfway line. Here's Aronson sprinting through. He wins the ball perfectly, and the ref gives a free kick. I don't know how they do that, but it's referees again. But I thought just since that Liverpool game, he's just all over the pitch. He gets given this free roam role just to be everywhere, and I think that's really helped him as well. I think DCL's also helped him a lot as well, having that kind of striker. I mean, he could have had an assist, that ball, that great cross across the box, but yeah, I thought he played very well. I'll give him 8.5.
Yeah, you all know my thoughts on Aronson, and I think the system change or the change in formation has improved him and helped him out the most because him on the right wing doesn't really work, and him dropping deep in the midfield doesn't work either. Having that role behind the striker, which he was doing yesterday, or up next to the striker, really helps and improves him. 8.5. And I just love Aronson. Right. Okafor next, Craig. Oh.
This is my worst player on the pitch. He's at first I was just getting frustrated by him because I know there's something there, and you can see there's something there, and he was showing flashes every now and again. But now he's getting we're halfway through the season and he's not consistent enough with it. Like he's not even improved on it. So like we saw last season, Manor Solomon started a bit slow, but then just consistently got better and better. And we've seen it with all the players. It's like you say, even with Aronson, with what do you want to say, like Goodmanson, if you want to, or even DCL, you Stack. These players, like, they've improved as the season's gone on. Okafor's, yeah, he just, I don't think he adds anything quality to us. You can see what he's trying to do, but he just doesn't have it. And like when Nonto came on, I thought it looked a bit more, balanced, a bit more stable. And yeah, I'm starting to lose faith in this guy. I'd say a 5.
Matt, what about you, mate?
Oh, I mean, he does well to beat his man so much, and then his finishes, like, he shoots and it's always into the stands, and you're like, oh, he always gets his decision wrong. Like, his crosses, even, they're not great. I thought performance wise he wasn't. I thought, yeah, worst player on the pitch for me. I think he's a good player and he's got the ability. He's got the technical ability. And it feels like Aronson, like when we first got him, I always said he has the ability to be a Premier League player. He just has to have that impact. And he's just not having that end product, that the finishing, the passing. He's got 2 goals and 0 assists. So that's not a great season, really, for someone we spent, 18 million on, something like that. We all thought was going to be like, well, people said the next Rafinha, but that was a bit of a wild shout. But no, I thought he was poor. But because I look at this team right now, and out of all those players, if anyone should drop out, like first player, I'd say probably Okafor. And yeah, I just don't think he was good. I'll give him a 5. He's my worst player.
You just said who he reminds you of there. He reminds me of Dan James, except for without the speed. In terms of what I mean by that is brilliant on the ball, but his decision making is poor, like James used to be. Like he crosses when he should pass it, or pass when he should shoot, and stuff like that. Yeah, he had a couple of shots.
It's a bad comparison.
Just let me have my moment, all right?
Dan James at least defends as well, though. He chases back and defends. Yeah. Whereas Okafor doesn't. Yeah,
it's not working, and I don't know if it is the fact that he is playing as a second striker, and he said that he came in to play as a winger and he didn't want to play up front, which is fine. Then have him off the bench, and if we need to change that formation to go to wingers, put him on the wing. Then don't start him in that centre behind DCL when it's not working. The fans can see it, and Farker's already picked up that Perry's not the answer in goal and picked up those mistakes. Why is he not doing the same for Okafor?
Yeah, I agree. I think Okafor should be a sub. He's probably better as an impact sub than a player starting. Because just use his pace. Just use his pace in the last 10-15 minutes.
I'm going 4.5. And I don't mind Okafor as well. There is a player there. It's just something's not clicking. Yeah. And I don't want to write him off just yet. I don't want to say that that's it. He's not ever going to be good enough. But it's just one of those. He needs a season until he's bed into the team. And I think a couple of weeks out or on the bench will help him out. Right.
What did you give him, Matt?
A 5.
5, yeah.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin next, Matt. Let's go to you first. What did you think of him yesterday?
I thought he was. Yeah, I thought he was good. I mean, probably should score that chance. You know, the form he's been in, you probably expect him to put that in the back of the net. I mean, I thought he hit the back of the net. It took me like 3 seconds to be like, oh, he's missed. And I thought, yeah, leading the line up front on his own, he is a bit isolated at times, which is why I want to see him and Metcha. Which that goes to the Okafor thing. You put Metcha there and play Aronson in behind, but yeah. But no, DC I thought was good. I thought performance-wise he was good. I'll give 6.5.
Yeah, I agree. 6.5 as well. I generally thought I was in. I was celebrating and I went, oh, yeah, no, he's missed. Craig, what about you, mate?
I'm going to be a bit more generous. I'd say 7.5, I thought without Calvert-Lewin, it's making me think back to the Bamford days where why is Bamford not getting dropped? And when he is not in the team, you can see what you lose.
Yeah.
And I think with DCL, you take him out of the team, you're going to lose a lot. And yes, I think he deserves at least 7.5 for this.
No, that's fine. Craig, what's this stat that you've got to say about DCL as well in the Premier League?
The only free agent that Leeds have ever had that possibly, if he scores one more goal, will get into double figures.
Yeah, first free transfer. And that has been confirmed as well. I've had that double checked as well.
So I was racking my brain last night thinking, I don't think there's ever been a free transfer that's going to double figures, is there?
Not for Leeds. Not for Leeds in the Premier League, but Andre Ayew did for Swansea when they got promoted in the 15-16 season, I think it was.
In the Premier
yeah.
Did he do it?
Not for Leeds.
Yeah, not for Leeds, but yeah, no. I was just thinking that, and I thought, so I was checking it. I thought, we'll get it fact checked because
I think
we've got a stat there. It's
right. Nonto came on. You've already touched upon him, Craig. 70th minute. What did you think of him when he came on?
Well, before I give you that rating, I want to say I did point out that I said DCL get double figures before the start of the season as well.
What are you talking about?
Nonto. Yeah, it was good again. I think again, Nonto is one of these players for me that is more of an impact player than a full 90 minutes, and it shows it. But yeah, I'd be happy to give him a 7.
Yeah, I'm going to go 7 as well. Matt?
He came on. He was decent. Like he was decent when he came on. He caused some trouble. The one thing I hate that he does, and he does this so much, is he's outside the box and he'll just cut in and shoot into like 4 defenders, and all of a sudden they counterattack. He did that all the time in the Championship, and he still does it. The worst thing is Aronson's free on the right if he just plays it in, and he just smashes it into like 3 bodies. But that's the only thing I need him to stop doing, and then I would probably be fine. It just frustrates me.
Well, in that moment as well, Goodmanson was bombing down the left, and he could have played Goodmanson in, and because he's short, he left Goodmanson wide open. Then when the counter attacked, so you got to be a bit more smarter in them.
That's why he's not a starter. He's a good sub to bring on, but he's not really a starter. I'll give him a 6 point. I'll give him a 7 because he came on. He actually impacted the game.
Yeah, I thought he was better than Okafor. A lot better than Okafor.
Oh yeah.
We'll touch upon Nonto at the end with some rumours and stuff transferred quickly. Right, Tanaka, guys. Well, Tanaka and Metcha both came on the 81st minute. We'll just touch upon Tanaka first. We say this all the time. Should he be starting more games? And what should we be doing going forward with him? Like, there are rumours that maybe he might leave. Matt, what do you make of his performance, and should he be starting, in your opinion?
I thought he was good when he came on. He got the ball to Ampadu for the goal. Like, he got his foot to it for the goal. I thought when he came on, he was all right, but he slipped over like 4 times when he came on. There was like 4 times where he just slips over. I don't know if he should be starting. Like, it's mad to say that, but like, I don't know where you start him, because like you could say ahead of Gruev, but then when Stack comes back, Stack goes there, and you can't drop Aronson. Like, you legit can't. Like, there's no way where he can start in this team. Like, I mean, on Twitter, all I see is people say, "Oh, Tanaka should be starting," but I don't know where he starts. Like, that's the problem. When you got Aronson can't be dropped, you got Stack who probably can't be dropped, and Ampadu who can't be dropped. So you got those 3 when we got a full fit team. But yeah, I thought he came on. He was all right. I thought, yeah, as I said, he got the pre-assist for the goal. But yeah, he was all right. I'll give him a 7 as well. I'll give him a 7 as well. It's all right.
Craig, what about you, mate?
Yeah, I'd give him a 7. I agree with that. And I've said this before, I know that he was my favourite player last season. Like, and I love Tanaka's my boy. I love him, but in the Premier League, and again, I think he's another player that you can't play for 90 minutes week in, week out because he gets tired, and he's even said himself that he gets tired. He's not got used to it yet, but he's not a 90 minutes player at this pace. He give you a good half hour, 45 minutes at this pace, non-stop. But then he starts to the way that he plays. He needs to just be a shorter. He needs to be short. So I'm happy in being a squad player in this league.
I mean, you said it at the start of the season, Craig. Nobody's guaranteed.
No.
Like that. Obviously, when we signed all these players, you were like, well, Ampadu and Tanaka, they're not guaranteed starters. And everyone was on your back about it. But when you actually think about it, and Tasha said it elsewhere as well, that when you play away from home, you need 2 defensive midfield, whether or not that's Ampadu, Greb, or Stats, like you've said, Matt. But like I said, where does Tanaka actually fit in? Because you've got Aronson that's playing amazing at the moment. We've just signed Buonanotte. So if you are playing, say, 2 10s, which we'll touch upon in a minute, he's not going to get in front of them two, realistically. So it's like, where does he fit in? And I think either a loan move probably could be the best option for him at the moment. I know it's really hard to say because we all love him and he is a great squad player, but
we need the squad players. Like midfield, the most used players that we've got. Like he needs rotating quite often. Like so, like you might get an hour, 70 minutes out of 3 really good ones, but you'll need to rotate them after that. You know, you need to give other players, like give them a rest. So you need quality players like Tanaka to be able to come on. Otherwise, there's no point in loaning someone like that out. And then what do? You've weakened your team.
But then if we are signing this player, which we'll touch upon in a minute, it's one of those things where, like, some people have said it's 1 in, 1 out. And yes, I know we've got 2, I think it's 2 spaces that we can get in without having to sell anybody or loan anybody out. So I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying that's what I want, but it is an option. But Mecha got the winner. We'll talk about Mecha now because he got the winner, scored it. Not going to give him a perfect 10 for that. Craig, what did you make of Mecha yesterday?
I'll give him a 7 solely for the finish. Everything else.
I don't know how to describe him as a player because 1 minute he's absolutely fantastic and everything he touches goes to goal. He's got more goals than Salah this year in almost half the minutes. But then on the other hand, he can't touch the ball. He's got such a lead balloon that it will go off for like a throw-in or something. And he'll have a shot that, yeah, fair enough, the keeper did save it. Good save. But he's a really weird player to actually judge. Matt, what are your thoughts on him?
I love Mecha. I think he's actually a really good player. But we need to stop playing him on the wing. Like this is what you get when you play a striker on the left. He could have had a hat trick. The header that was close, the goal, and then the third one, he could have had a hat trick when he came on. I think his finishing's brilliant. Like his finishing's a striker. Like he is a striker. Like he's a brilliant finisher. Like the finish, the ball comes in and he just smashes his foot at it. It's beautiful. He had like 3 touches, I think, and they all were just bounced off his foot and just like, oh god. And he had that moment at the other end where he smashed into Strauch, and you're like, oh god. But he won us the game again, just like the opening day. He's a clutch player. You need this in your team. And speaking about free transfers getting 10 plus goals, he might be there soon as well. He's got 5 in 600 minutes. Well.
Yeah, I joked about that finish where it was an attempted pass to DCL or something.
It was, to be fair.
I'll have to give him a 7. I'll give him a 7 for the brilliant finish.
That's fine. What did you rate him, Craig?
Same, just for the finish.
Yeah, I agree. And are we going to rate Bornell, or was he on too late?
Oh, he was brilliant.
Yeah, like I always say, he's a game changer. He's a game changer, isn't he?
Right.
Did he play?
Not applicable.
Did he come on the pitch against Newcastle?
I can't remember.
If he didn't, he's still undefeated.
I can't actually remember now. Right. And finally, Farker. Craig, what would you rate Farker out of 10?
Again, I think a solid 8, 8.5. He's a tactical genius, isn't he, really?
He is. Maverick.
And all those people that wanted him out, I don't understand.
What idiots would want him out? I said something needed to be changed. I'm glad that he changed his system. Yeah, but no, realistically, when I said about him going, we spoke about all the managers who were actually linked with us. I think only 1 or 2 managers I actually would have said over him. The rest of them, I wouldn't have had them over him anyway. So it was one of those things where, why replace him for somebody that's worse?
No, but who would have thought he can do it at this level?
No, I know. I mean, I did say on TalkSport we need to keep him. Matt, what would you rate him out of 10 for this game?
I'll give him a 9. Like, the subs perfect. I mean, they won the game again. Another game where subs win the game. And you look at Twitter after the games of like moments during the game, and it's always people like, why has he not made a sub yet? And you're just like, maybe we just need to just sit back and just let him. He knows what he's doing. Maybe the manager knows what he's doing. I mean, again, like, you look at, I mean, we've scored a bunch of goals from subs now this season.
Did it last season as well?
Did it last season as well, and got. I mean, we scored the most, and he got called bad tactical manager.
The problem with it is that with these substitutions, and when he makes them, it's a running joke. Or when he makes these substitutions around the 70th minute, and and who he's going to bring on. But the thing is, when it's with hindsight, when it works, he's a genius. When it doesn't work, he's a worse. Why is he making these substitutions? But the same substitutions week in, week out. So it's like it's not doing much different. It just either works or it doesn't work. So
I mean, the formation change as well, of like changing during the game from like the 3-5-2, and then you have a 3-4-3, and then you could change it to like a anything really. Put a 4-2-2 when Enote can play.
I mean, yes, we haven't done an episode since we signed Brennan Enote. I think obviously me and Craig wanted him in the summer. I think he's going to add something different, creativity to us. I think we said there for a 3-4-3, him and Aronson behind DCL will work absolutely amazing. Apparently, we put in a bid for Schmid. I don't know how true that is, because you got some journalists saying it's happening and then others saying it's not because we signed Brennan Orte. Craig, do you think that we should sign Schmidt, or are you not? Are you thinking why? Because I know we've had lots of discussions about this today already.
Yeah, I'm like, it doesn't make much sense right now. Like in the summer, it might make more sense, but right now, I don't know. But I mean, I'm still a bit what you call it over the whole name. I'm still a bit PTSD.
It reminds me of someone.
Yeah, all players for the same team.
I was like, is this the right? Are we like living back in like 2016, whenever it was we signed him? I'm like,
well, that player's on loan at that team, and I think I hope this is not a clerical error where they're making an admin mistake here and sending the wrong player. But no, it's it just doesn't make sense to me right now.
See, I've had my say, and at first I'm a bit like, it doesn't make sense, but obviously I don't bet anymore and stuff like that. But Shred Larson is one that apparently we're keen on. The bookies seem to think that it's pretty much done. We're now pretty much odds-on favourite to sign him. And there have been rumours and talks that if Pirro goes out and Nonto and 5 million, or just them two and a little bit of cash, that frees up the role there. So then buying Schmidt as an attacking mid kind of means that we're going away from the wingers kind of thing. And Piro's not playing. Piro's not getting his chance. Nonto off the bench occasionally, but like I said, he's not a starter. And I think that looking at the numbers, I know you haven't fully watched him and stuff like that, but solely looking at numbers, number one for all of mids. I don't know. I think it maybe. Matt, what about you?
I saw the stat that he's got the second most big chances created in the Bundesliga. All I really know about the Bundesliga is Hamburg, and I know nothing else. But so I can't really tell you much about it. Or Harry Kane. That's all I know about the Bundesliga. And I mean, you go from like that, the Bundesliga to the Premier League's a massive step up. It's a massive step up. I mean, he played at the same time with Gruev as well, so maybe. But it's one of those things about you always got to be careful because people do get excited about new signings and stuff. But when they come from other leagues, I'm always a bit hesitant of like, can they make the step up? It probably will take some time for them to get used to the league as well, the physicality of the league. Not gonna say I watched any of him. I didn't even know who he was until today.
I say the same thing. It's a big step up, and until I see him play, you know, it's one of those things. But he has rose in value over the last few years, so it's a good trajectory. A good sign that he's improving. But Stackwell number one in all his stats in midfield in Bundesliga. So, and yeah, he's brilliant, but it's took him a while to get to that, you know, to get up to pace. So I'm much rather more excited than having Buonanotte than in that position than this new guy. So
I kind of agree with you on that, but I think with Buonanotte in particular, it's going to take him a good couple games before he even plays a vast amount of minutes because he hardly played this season for Chelsea. We know what Farke's like with new signings. He likes to bed them in unless he has to play him. So, like with Solomon, we kind of had to play him on that left, and then it was a case of, okay, where do we go now? So, I think if we do go to that 3-4-3, then maybe you do slowly embed him. But I don't know. I mean, if it happens, it happens. At the end of the day, it's one of those things that we know with rumours and transfer, especially in the transfer window of Leeds, players are linked, but it doesn't always come in. I mean, we were linked with Noah Lang for a couple of days now, and now he's going to, So, that's not happening.
I'm picking up on something here. Is this another tactic that you're pushing out? Because you're pushing for from 4-3-3, you're pushing to 3-5-2 or 5-3-2, and now you're pushing for 3-4-3.
I think a 3. I don't mind with a 4-3.
Well, you just got what you want in this one, and now you want a new one.
Because it kind of helps us, yes. Because if we're not going to be playing Pirro or Nonto as a second striker, I think Metro and DC are a bit too similar to be playing with each other. Yes, I get for physicality reasons, but it gives us that option to have two attacking mids that are actually their natural positions. So, and it helps us in game. We can just switch from it. But
do you think this signing's more? Do you think this signing's more of like a future if we did sign him than this season? Because Buonanotte is just a loan.
I just don't think it's going to come up. I don't think it's
happening.
Yeah, it seems more. It doesn't make sense right now because for one, you've got Aronson who's on form of his life at the minute. You've got Buonanotte. Where does this guy fit in?
No, that's what I mean.
He doesn't fit in the system or in the team at all. Like you say, it'll take him a while to get up to pace, and for Farke to give him a minute, but I can't see him getting in that team.
Because that's the only reason why I see it happening is if, say, Pirro and Nonto will both go.
I don't think he don't get in.
No, that's fine. Well, let us know in the comments if you agree, if you think that he will come in. Obviously, if he does come in and you're watching this, fair enough. Let us know if you agree with us on player ratings, what you would change, if anything. We will leave it there. Matt, thanks for joining us. It has been a pleasure. Craig, you as well. Anything either of you two would like to add before we leave this?
Let's be Everton.
Matt, where can everybody find you if they don't already know where you are?
Matt Leeds on YouTube. I do previews, reviews, live streams, stuff like that. I do watch-alongs and stuff like that. And yeah.
No, that's fine. We will go and check him out and give him a subscription, subscribe, whatever they are called. And don't forget to follow and subscribe as well. We'll leave it there.